multiple arms like candelabras on a mission. I'm chasing chicken like a chupacabra.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Athletics taking on the New York Yankees. First pitch coming your way next. All right, first pitch coming up. Today's starting pitcher, Garrett Cole.
The spin rate on the curveball is incredible. Hitters know they're going to see a lot of them today. Stay back, be patient, and hit the ball the other way.
Now at the plate, Lawrence
Butler.
Butler.
The afternoon for the A's, the right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
That's too low. And with that, we're underway in the Bronx. Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-1.
Fought off foul. Butler stands at second with no outs. Next offering way off the plate.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Man at second. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Two balls, two strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. Volpe on the run, sends it over to first. Throw not in time, and he's safe.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw. You know?
Yeah, no question. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Lede digs in now. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Inside. And the count even 1-1. No outs. Runners at first and third.
That's a ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that one is inside. Shea Langoliers in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Check swing called strike. 3-2 now.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
3-2. He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Runners on the corners, no outs. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. A gigantic blast. It's 3-0.
He ran the count full and saved his best swing for last. That was a battle, and he won. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Dominguez makes the catch, and there's one gone. And time now to check out the A's lineup. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
Well, we know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing they can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Tyler Soderstrom, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. And that one misses up and in. Ball 1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Over to Goldie. That's out number 2. Now it's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. First offering, and it just misses. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. That one a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And that keeps the inning going.
Batting 7, the left fielder, Seth Brown.
So here's Brown at the plate. That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
And now the count is even. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. 3-run shot for the A's. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back at Yankee Stadium, our starter in this one, Luis Severino.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Anthony Volpe, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Bleday sizing this one up and puts the squeeze on that one. And a quick out, number one. Here's a look at Aaron Boone's lineup for the Yankees.
The second baseman.
Already they find themselves down 3 runs in this game, so there's work to be done.
Yeah, you want to see them come out with a little urgency here. You don't have to score all 3 runs, but put something up on the board. That'll make you feel a little bit better about your opportunities. But if you're looking at that 3-run lead and saying we've got to get it right now, you can put yourself up against a wall and not have really good at bats. So just trust the process. Trust that your pitcher can hold them right there. These players can find themselves back in this ball game.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Good pitch down around the knees. You want to be there all game. In a park like this, a pop-up sometimes will carry out.
That misses the zone, and that is ball one. That's a little bit low. 1 out, base is empty. That's outside. 3-1 now.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
There's the strike.
I got 3 and 2.
In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
It's Aaron Judge now.
Outside.
That misses off the outside edge. Just missed.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Misses inside. 3-0. Cody Bellinger waiting to hit for the Yankees. 2 outs, base is empty. And there's the automatic.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
And Judge spoils that one. Judge waits. And they'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Hit in the air right field, and that one way back there, and that is way gone. They'll circle the bases, and they're on the board. It's 3-1. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. He got that up and out of here.
comes Bellinger. He swings and fouls one off. And it's even up.
Outside.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. And that one upstairs.
2-2 to count.
And it remains 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. New inning getting started. Down the third baseman, Luis Urias. Urias getting to start at the hot corner, 27 years old, and he's a native of Mexico. Cole back to work. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He sends it out of here. It's 4-1.
They wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Digging in, Jacob Wilson. And first offering is fouled off.
Trying to steal a first pitch strike with the breaking ball right there, but he was all over it in the box. Kind of sets up an interesting at bat the rest of the way. A little chess match here.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here at the top of the second. And misses inside.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Caught him looking for the K. Lawrence Butler getting ready to hit.
Lawrence Butler.
That's in there. 0-1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Liner caught it second.
Yikes, that ball was scorched. An absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Reached on an infield single his first time. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Back there. That one is gone. That'll fire up the dugout. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 5-1. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft and gets the home run.
This is J.J. Bleday. Just missed. And he deals. And another ball.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Hey!
That's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
That one off the bad part of the bat. Just a lazy fly ball. Volpe makes the catch, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Back in the Bronx,
Leading
bottom of
off
the
for the
second.
Yankees,
Here's a big power
the
threat.
designated hitter,
Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever.
Wow.
Such a good feeling. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And next for New York, Austin Wells. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Ball 1 there.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Swing and a foul straight back. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Jason Dominguez stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Stanton off of first with 2 away. That one missed.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And that's outside. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. And it one-hops the wall. Here comes Stanton. The relay throw. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
Back for more from the Bronx. On to the 3rd inning. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Shea Langoliers. And ball 1.
I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
Just missed.
You know, these A's doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Late on that fastball.
2-2 now.
And that's a little high. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting the call. He probably should have gotten it. Didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. First time up, he grounded to 3rd. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Just missed. And that one fouled off.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch, keep the at-bat alive.
That misses the zone, and the count's even at 2. Good eye in that spot.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And that's a strikeout. Ed Drummond says he won a round.
Up next for the
2
A's,
down, bases empty.
baseman,
Zach Geloff up next for the A's. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, the left fielder, Seth Brown.
Seth Brown will hit next. 0 for 1 so far. And first offering is fouled off. Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 outs.
Ball, that's out.
It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Ball.
The 2-1. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. miss, and he struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. The A's strand 1. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx as we go to the last of the third. And the batter now, Oswaldo Cabrera. Line drive. Fair ball. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. And 1 pitch into the inning, it's a leadoff double.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strikes.
There's a swing and a miss.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
The next pitch misses. 2-1. Runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the last half of the third. That one outside. And now 3-1. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Man at second. On the ground to third. Fires over to first. 1 gone, bottom of the third inning.
The batter, number 13, second baseman,
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that one is downstairs. Ball 1. Foul ball. And that's in there at the knees. Cabrera over at second, 1 down. This ball's chopped on the ground. Wilson. Now the throw to first on the run. And he gets him. Nicely done.
the right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here is Aaron Judge. He's already homered in this game. And Judge spoils that one. Runner at third, 2 away. Pitch misses there, and the count is 1-1. On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. That one misses. 2-2. Good eye right there.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Cody Bellinger on deck for the Yankees. Judge rips that one. Brown makes the catch. And that's the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. On to inning number 4. It's the A's 5 and the Yankees 1. Back here in New York, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Luis Urias. Center field. Bellinger sizing it up. And there's one down. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game. And, you know, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan. And he said to me, hey, kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit.
Line drive, base hit. And now the lineup turns over with one away.
Fell back in trouble, Boog, and it's just been like this for him most of the game. They've been all over him since his first pitch, and I think he's got a very short leash right now. Really needs to lock it down here.
So the lineup flips over. Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. 1 for 2. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, you're trying to put me out of business, aren't you? And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
Way outside, 2-0. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits. For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Garrett Cole is done in this one, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching,
Marcus Stroman into the game.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
2 on, 1 out. Rooker now at the plate. He's already homered here in this one.
Y'all should just follow my lead. Down on the knee, but I'm so free.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
2 on, 1 out. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, that's that slope right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Pitch misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The A's looking to add another. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that's outside. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
Well done. Drives in the run. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Next to hit, J.J. Bleday. Yeah, that's fouled off. Butler on third. Rooker at first. One gone. That one close. Ruled a ball. And that's ball one.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Set down on strikes. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
Well, he wasn't happy with that call. Third strike in and off the plate, and I think he's right. I mean, that miss. It's a really tough one, though, for an umpire back there, so I don't think he could be too mad at him. It looks like it's in the zone the entire way coming in until those last few feet, so I'd say pretty easy to understand why he'd say it clipped the corner. Just a nice pitch.
Langoliers in the box again. Takes a strike. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Traffic on the bases with one already in. Top half of inning number 4. Missing inside, and it's 1-2. Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and that's got extra bases written all over it. 1 run is in. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. That could be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Tyler Soderstrom up next for the A's. 0 for 2 in this one. That's inside. Ball 1. That's down and in. Next offering is in for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Yeah, that's in for a strike. And it's 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throws across the diamond. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the A's 8 and the Yankees 1. Back in New York, bottom 4. So now the Yankees clean up hitter, Cody Bellinger.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come 1 at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Next offering is downstairs. Siggy, this is a guy that grew up in big league clubhouses, and it's something that you see throughout the game. Sons whose fathers also played the majors. And Bellinger is out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. A single his first time. In there for strike one. That's inside. Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
Ball, that's low.
Fouls one off. 2-2. And that's down and away. Three and two. The pitch is outside, and ball four.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
One gone, runner at first. Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. In there at the knees. It's 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone. Left field. Brown makes the play. 2 away now.
This opportunity is once in a lifetime.
Here is Goldschmidt. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Goldschmidt.
Right through there for a strike. Stanton, the runner at first with 2 gone. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
That misses the zone. 1 and 2 to count.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Next offering upstairs.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Severino just misses the mark outside the zone.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. The Yanks lead 1. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. Geloff measures 6 feet 2 inches, 25 years old. He's one of the few Major League Baseball players born in the state of Delaware.
You know, these athletics, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
That one down the line, and foul ball.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Bellinger makes the grab, one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. So he goes the opposite way with that one. It's 9-1. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Here's Luis Arias. Ball one there.
Counts 1-0.
One down, base is empty. Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Jacob.
Next up for the A's, Jacob Wilson. Outside low, 1-0. Swings through that one.
1-1.
Man at first, one away. Fly ball to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
The right fielder, number 4, Lawrence Butler.
Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Lawrence Butler. And it's fouled away. Late swing, foul to the left. Urias leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next pitch misses, and the count 1-2.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
It's a strikeout for the Stro Show, his 2nd of the game. The A's get 1 on this homer, and they're starting to run away. It's now 9-1. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
There's a swing and a drive. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. So, a man aboard. Here's the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
You know, these Yankees need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. You really can't pin it on one player because we've seen soft contact up and down this lineup. It's time to make some adjustments because this approach is just off.
Not even close there. 1-1.
The cause for these struggles is a little different for each hitter. For some, it's timing, and for others, it's mechanics. Whatever it is, they need to start hitting the ball harder.
Got him swinging.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And no, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Volpe stands in now and watches strike one. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. He'll score, and it's 9-2.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
One down. Now the number 2 hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
0-1's the count.
Ground ball to the right side, and that's just foul. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Severino kick steals. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Brown hauls it in for the out, and there's 2 down.
The right fielder, number 99. Aaron Judge.
Here comes Aaron Judge. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. Popped up. Geloff. And that is the third out of the inning. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. We're through 5. It's the A's 9 and the Yankees 2. Top 6. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not.
Rooker.
He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
First pitch misses. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Jake Cousins getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Leiter getting loose as well. In for a strike, and the count 1-1. In the air, left field. Dominguez gets under it, and there's 1 away.
The center fielder, number 33,
J.J. Bleday up next for the A's. Strike 1.
Good late sink on that
0-1.
fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then By the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And a foul ball. The A's up big in this one, and we're the top half of the 6th. Down and in, moved his feet.